Won't you take me for a ride? I will love the feeling of the wind in my hair while speeding on the highway down by the sea. We go on and on and on.
Good morning, little boy. Nom 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 nom. What have you got?
A beak.
What have you got?
A beak.
Big one. What is it?
A beak.
Yeah, there's a big one there. What is it?
A beak.
Say toast. That's not how we eat, is it? Cheeky monkey. Isla, do you want to do ooh, ooh, ah, ah? Toast? Good morning, IFAM. Hope you're all having a lovely day today. I have to say, I've just been sat with the patio doors open because it's not cold today at all. It's actually really mild. And I know the clouds have come over now, but the sun was shining and it just felt like spring was on its way. What, darling? More toast. I'll cut it up for you 1 second. And it felt amazing, and it just always puts me in such a good mood. We've been having a really big house clean this morning because we've got some house viewings. In fact, our house has now been on the market for a day and a half, and we've had 12 viewing appointments. I know. The guy, when we listed our house, said the market's crazy at the moment and everyone's like, the houses are just flying off the market. And I was like, surely not, and we won't get that lucky. And honestly, he's like, my phone's been non-stop. We've got another viewing, can you do another one? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm actually quite surprised that viewings are taking place. You want the big one? It's like, I'm not waiting, Mum. I'm gonna just have the full slice. Big toast, you enjoy it. Oh, you enjoy that. So yeah, I'm quite surprised viewings can take place, but they can't. Like, we asked, are they still allowed? And they're like, yeah, viewings are still allowed to take place, which I was quite surprised about. So, oh, I think we're probably going to go out of the house, just personally. We're just going to go out because we don't all want to be in here anyway, whilst they get shown around, basically. And they did say it's quite a quick viewing, like they can't touch or open cupboards or anything like that, which you don't usually get that anyway. But yeah, so we've got some of those this evening. We still haven't found... Sorry, darling?
I'm making a packed lunch.
Isla's making a packed lunch, making up some tomatoes and things, and some cucumber. And what else have you got, Isles? Some mini marshmallows, an apple and a banana.
And then I think I'm gonna make a sandwich.
Sandwich as well? Okay. We haven't yet found a house that we like, but it does make me really nervous that because we ended up in this position last year. We sold our house, the buyer was wanting to move in straight away, and we just couldn't find anywhere, and that's why the sale ended up falling through. So I'm hoping that we can find somewhere. Oh, look at your butter face. Should I cut that up for you so you don't make such a mess? You're teen? Okay. Okay. You're just going for it. So you guys may have just heard Isla saying that she's making a packed lunch, and you might be wondering, why is she making a packed lunch? Where is she going? So she's made a packed lunch to come to the office with us today. And I know that that might cause a bit of controversy or a bit of upset amongst some of you guys. And so even though I know I don't have to explain myself or everything we do, I do feel like in this case I should explain why she's coming, just with everything that's going on in the world at the moment. I will say I'm not going to go into detail about it because it's Isla's personal business and our personal business that we're working through with her. So I'm just going to touch on it vaguely, and I won't be going into it any deeper at the moment anyway. So just very, very briefly and as quickly as I can. Our workload at the office at the minute is really heavy, and I'm really grateful for that. Like, we're so grateful. But it's a two-person job. You can't go up there on your own and post off hundreds of orders, and sometimes it's literally hundreds. And so over the last week or two, me and Chris have often gone up there together to just get on and get as many out as we possibly can, so that the customers and you guys are not waiting for your orders. And now that I'm doing the Easter baskets and the customised things, obviously that's a lot more work. And so Chris has been doing like the orders and the blankets and the snuggle hoods, and I've been working on the baskets as well as doing some orders, and it's just been a bit crazy up there. And me and Chris spoke about this about a week or two ago and decided we needed to employ someone, because number one, it's not a one-person job, and number two, we don't want to keep both having to to go up to the office and leaving the girls at home on their own. Even though I know they're fine at home on their own, it always makes me feel really uneasy with the amount of people that stalk out our address, etc. Isabelle's 16 this year and she's way more capable, way enough capable. She's very mature for her age as well. She's very capable of looking after herself and knowing what to do in an emergency, etc, etc. But still, just because of everything, it just makes me feel really uneasy that the girls are here and we're not. So we decided to employ someone, which we did, and we're in the process. They'll probably be starting in the next week or two when we've had the time to sit down with them properly and train them up and let them know everything they need to be doing and their role, etc, etc. So things will become easier when that happens, and somebody will always be able to be at home with the girls whilst one of us is up at the office. So where does Isla come into all this? You're probably thinking. Isla's going through a stage. She's going through a lot at the moment behind the scenes, and it's difficult to understand unless you're here living it and unless you actually know. And she's going through, or she has been going through, kind of a lonely stage where she's kind of in limbo as to where she belongs. That sounds probably really dramatic. It happens in all families when siblings grow up and they get a bit older and they don't want to play so much anymore, and you guys have probably seen that on the vlogs anyway. But she's gone through a few big changes in the last year or two. The biggest one being that she was always the youngest, and then suddenly Jace was born, and so she was plunged into being like this big girl. And obviously that's a big change for her, and it never affected her and Jace's relationship. They are closer than you could possibly imagine. Like, they love each other. They just love each other. But also, there's been a big change in her and Esme's relationship. And I don't want this to sound savage towards Esme, because it's not at all. Esme's growing up. She's going to be 12 this year. And although Esme is still young, in some areas she'll still sit down and play with dolls with Isla and things like that. She's wanting her own space, and she's wanting time to herself, and she's wanting to watch programs I'm not really happy about Isla watching, because Isla's obviously only 8. And so it's caused a bit of a gap there, and that's no one's fault. It's siblings growing up, and that's just the way it goes, and I understand that. But I just sometimes don't know how to deal with it. Like, I'm only a mum, I'm not like a superhuman. I don't always have the answers or know what's best. But, so that's that. And then obviously we did the bedroom switch around, which I thought would give Esme the independence that she desperately wanted. But I also thought it would help Isla become herself and realise that she doesn't need to rely on her siblings, and that she'd, you know, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of backfired, because Isla's really... I don't know where I'm going with this, guys. She's really struggling basically at the moment, is Isla. She's struggling a lot, and it's gone from just... I don't know why I'm getting so emotional. It's gone from... Oh my gosh, I don't even, like, where is these tears coming from? I just feel so bad for it. It's gone from, like, her just feeling a bit lonely and sometimes, like, a little bit left out, to her struggling mentally. And it's turning into something else. Like, oh my gosh, I need to pull myself together. 2 minutes, guys. Okay, so it's gone from Isla just feeling a little bit lonely and a bit left out sometimes, to her really struggling, and she's developing an OCD that I've never had experience with before, and I've never been around, other than, I know Chris, we've spoke briefly on his struggles a little bit with OCD and cleaning, but it's not something, that's more when he was younger. It's not something that's really affects our everyday life in a negative way now. It's just something that we deal with, basically. But she's told me and Chris a few times over the last couple of weeks that she feels like she needs to move things in a certain way, or she needs to touch things before she gets to 5 in her head, and if she doesn't, then something bad's going to happen. And so we reassured her that it was, you know, it wasn't a real thing, and that she should try and when she gets that thing that's telling her to do that, she needs to try and focus on something happy and something positive. And then, you know, we spoke her through it and reassured her and things. And then a few days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, we'd sat and done some maths work with them, and then they were off doing their independent learning. And she just came downstairs in an absolute state. Like, she was shaking, she was crying her eyes out, she couldn't even get out what she was trying to say. And me and Chris were like, what's wrong? What's going on? What's wrong? And she's just like, I can't work, I can't do it, I can't. And we was like, because Isla loves to learn, like it was so out of the blue. We were like, what do you mean? What do you mean? She's like, I can't, my head keeps telling me that if I don't, something bad's gonna happen to my family, and if you won't go away, and I can't stop doing it. And she just had the biggest meltdown. Oh my God. And I just didn't know what to do, in all honesty. Like I say, I don't always have the answers to everything. And I've never dealt with this before in any of my children. And so I don't even know where I'm going. It was just not a nice experience, and obviously isn't a nice experience for Isla. And so when we're going out to the office, I know we spoke briefly on how Isla has like anxiety about being on her own on a certain floor in the house. And when we go out, I asked the girls, I was like, what do you guys do? You know, what have you been doing? And Isabel came to me yesterday, and she said that she was a bit worried about Isla because when we're not here, Esme and Isabel, they're both in their bedrooms doing their own thing, like teenagers do. It's, you know, we don't have a problem with that. But that Isla just sits on the bottom step waiting for us to get home, and I don't know, it literally just broke my heart that she's just, you know, she just sat there waiting for us to get home. And so I know it's the right choice that we've employed someone else, and there'll always be someone here moving forward. And I'm sure that we'll obviously get through all this. I know that all children at the minute, or a huge majority of children at the minute, are suffering. I know that the last year has been devastating for a lot of children. I always say that my children are very lucky for everything that they have and the places that we manage to take them. But that doesn't take away, despite the amount of holidays we have or what we do, it doesn't take away the effect that this is having on them not being able to go out and see their friends and go to their dance classes and socialise. Isla's such a social person. Like, she's so social. And we decided to remove her from school and do home educating at their request, because we expected to be able to go to social groups, and you know, there's loads of home education fun activities and groups where they interact with other children, to travel more and socialise with friends on travels and things like that. We didn't expect our home education first 6 months, year, however long this is going to last for, to be like this, to be stuck at home with no socialising from anywhere. It's just not what we expected. And I know that so many of the children are feeling the same, and I know that what we're doing is because we're staying at home and we're protecting like the elderly and the vulnerable. But I just sometimes, this is probably going to cause controversy, but I can't help but sometimes feel like our children matter too, like they matter as well, and they're just kind of forgotten about, like just stay home. And I'm not saying the answer's go out and break the rules, I'm not saying that, and we haven't done that. But I'm just saying they matter too, and it's really, really difficult to see your child suffering in the way that some children are suffering. Suicide and things are on the rise, and it's just so heartbreaking to see. And I don't know, I feel like this whole year has affected Isla the most, probably in our family. And I didn't even realise that. I think that's why I'm so emotional. I feel like I've got guilt, because I didn't see it at the time until it was too out of control, like I feel like it is now. And I don't know, this is going on way too long, but basically she is struggling at the minute, and so I'm keeping her with me today. She'll stay in my office, she won't be going around the building, she'll be in my office with me the whole time. I can't go there today, I've got work to do and we need to go, but I can't do that knowing that she's sat at home on the steps waiting for us to get back. So yeah, so that's what's going on. I hope that if anyone else's child is suffering, comment down below and let us know. I hope no one is, because it's so awful for the child, for the parents, for everyone. I've sat down with Esme and Isabel over the last 2 days and just spoke them through. They have to try and involve them more. And I feel like I'm bagging out my older 2 children because they don't be nasty to Isla, they don't purposely leave her out, and they're not mean girls. You know, they do make time for Isla, but I just feel like we all need to pull together a little bit more, maybe come out of our bedrooms a little bit more, and maybe, you know, the sister sleepovers that they used to have, maybe they need to try and do that a little bit more, just because, you know, they go to bed on a night time. After dinner in our house on an evening, it's like wind down time, we go upstairs, we read books, and they go straight to their bedrooms, and they're both on the top floor now, so they kind of have that bond. And Isla's just left wandering around, like twiddling her thumbs, like she'll sit on the end of our bed and play with Jace, but I know she's craving her sisters. So, yeah, anyway, that's all I'm gonna say on that. That's why she's coming to the office with me today. At the end of the day, we all do what we feel's best for especially our children, and that's all I'm doing today. So I'm gonna go and get her sorted out and get her ready and get Jay sorted out and get ready, and we're gonna head up to the office. We're having a quick play before we go.
It is a bit cold when you go outside.
A little bit.
A little.
Isla feels a cold very easily, don't you, Isla?
Yeah.
What, sweetheart? See ya. Jace, get your coat on. It's a den.
Trampoline, and Isabelle is sat here making some nice lunch.
Bacon and egg.
Yes, we're making bacon, bagel and egg, and it's gonna look. It looks amazing. I'm not actually too keen on their bacon thing. Yeah, it tastes really weird. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. Okay, guys. So Isabelle's just finished, and this is what it looks like. It actually looks really good.
It was stressful making that.
Yeah, now we're gonna try it. Okay, this looks really hard to eat. Looks so good though.
Okay.
10 out of 10.
So I just sat in my office actually twiddling our thumbs because Chris has had to go straight back. He didn't even like come into the office. He had to go straight back because the guy coming to fix the air conditioning unit on our caravan and do some servicing on it and things like that turned up as we got to the office. So Chris had to like dump us out the car and set back off back home. And in the car is the ironing board that I need to use to heat press any of my heat press things, and also the MacBook that I need to create the labels. They're all in the car still, so we actually can't do anything right now until he gets back. But we were just talking about Skittles and putting them in order and what we like best. So my order is from best to worst: purple, red, orange, yellow, and then green. Ugh.
So mine is...
Yours are the worst.
Yeah, worst to the best. So
Okay.
the worst is green,
Yeah.
then yellow, then orange, then purple, then red.
Ah, so almost the same as mine, but you like red instead of purple.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jace really cares. I think he's just... Which is your favourite? Purple wheat? You're just like Mama. Comment down below, guys, which is your favourite flavour and worst flavour Skittle. We are back home. We're all back together.
Cuckoo clock.
What?
Happy cuckoo clock.
A big cuckoo clock, isn't it?
Happy.
So basically, guys, Chris came home with the girls, with Jace and Isla. I stayed at the office for a couple of hours because I've just got so many orders to do. 1 minute. So I stayed up there on my own doing your orders, and Chris had to come back because we had a couple of house viewings. Hello, cheeky boy. But we all just got back home now. And what do you want? You want to play? Well, what? I sit down in there with you. Okay. This is Jace's literal freight. I can't talk. He loves it in here since we did it out a bit for him. Building! Yay! Also, I'm not going to pretend like this is only happening because we've had a house viewing, but the house is spotless, babe. The house is literally spotless. It looks spotless everywhere. You girls okay? You alright, Esme?
Yeah.
Good. So the two house views went really, really well. In fact, I'm not sure if the second family actually want to buy the house because they seemed really interested. But they said, "Oh, you need to up the price on this." They said houses are flying out at the minute. I bet this house is going to get bid up to 460. I bet. Chris was like, "Oh, I don't think so." And then I realised that we have put the house on the market at what we had it evaluated at about 18 months ago. And when we sold our house last time, the buyer managed to bargain us. Is that called bargain? Negotiate. Oh, Thank you, Val. She managed to negotiate us down a huge amount. And because we really wanted to sell at that time, because we'd found a house, we just accepted, and we were gonna lose like £30,000. I know, and so I'm so glad that we didn't sell for that. And I'm thinking now, like, are you allowed to put price back up? We've got so many viewings coming up, but I feel like we might have cut ourselves short. Anyway, it's not. Pardon? you putting it up? We're stupid. We should have had it evaluated again before we put it back on for sale, because the market has changed, obviously, because we're inundated with viewings. But the two tonight went really, really well. I don't know if they'll buy or make an offer or what, but it did go really well. And now I'm about to go make some dinner. Yeah, what have you girls been up to?
Nothing much.
You've been with me most of the day.
What?
You was with me most of the day.
Woke up, and then I set the house on fire. I'm joking, actually. But do you know we had bacon?
This is my face right now.
We had bacon in the fridge.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've never made like bacon before, but it's basic. Anyway, so no, I was stressing so much as I wasn't helping me at all. I was in the kitchen, so I put the bagels in.
Yeah.
Then I was doing the eggs at the same time. Like, I was putting the eggs in the microwave. So I don't want to do like in the pan.
Like scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I put them in the microwave.
Yeah.
But I had to keep taking it out because obviously it gets quite big sometimes when it's in the microwave.
Yeah.
So I had to keep checking it, but I was trying to make the bacon at the same time, and it was sizzling, and I was like, is it meant to be doing this? But it sounds a lot more dramatic than it actually was.
Well, I will say that it's a good job that you're not at school right now and you're getting in some life experiences, because
we don't do on my homeschool stuff. I have like a separate thing which is like, God, you know, like I don't know, life lessons. So like,
yeah.
like mortgage and stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've not done that in school. I don't know what mortgage.
I know.
Well, we were speaking about this the other day. A lot of things like mortgages and how to pay your bills and just life stuff we don't get taught in school.
Oh, you haven't so far. I don't know if
I think you might do.
I don't know if you do actually. I'm not
I
sure.
haven't done it throughout the whole thingy, but
Yeah.
you might do it in like sixth form or something. But still, like,
No, you definitely don't do it in sixth form.
Oh, well,
You do your
college,
chosen
maybe.
subjects there. No, you just do your chosen subjects there.
Well, anyway, pretty much we don't do life lessons. And I was speaking to one of our friends from America, and she was saying how they have like a separate subject for that. Like
Yeah.
they do separate
Yeah.
subjects for that, and I was like, so smart. But we don't do
Isabelle, 16 years old, she doesn't know how to boil an egg. I'm only joking. She does really. She does really. And now she knows how to cook bacon. So she's winning
Such
at
a
life.
compliment.
A compliment.
Because you know these are from my third show. Third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Four.
And they don't fit me anymore. I mean, they are 9 and I'm now 12, but...
Sizing though in ballet shoes is different to normal size shoes.
Look at these.
I tried mine on the other day, and it felt really weird to put them
know,
on.
I
I was
bet.
like,
I'll just
Yeah.
stick with my...
it felt really weird.
Okay, right, I need to go make dinner. You guys are chatting my ear off. Jace, give me that, darling. That's not for you to play with. Thank you. What, darling? Your truck. Jace is currently obsessed with trucks.
When he was on the trampoline, he was bouncing, and over the road you could see a red truck, and he was going, red truck, loud.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Loud.
He doesn't like loud ones.
I was like, when an ambulance comes and he goes,
It's loud.
Nino.
Oh, when a fire engine goes past, he covers his ears.
Kind of.
It's loud, Isla. Tell it to shush.
Count to 3.
No, say shh. Shh.
What are you doing? Why do you keep getting in Mummy's makeup? This little man keeps stealing Mummy's makeup and trying to put it on.
No, my turn.
Oh, your turn. Let's put Mummy's lipstick back, okay? It's not for bedtime, okay? It's just for the daytime. Do you watch Mummy doing this every day? And you trying to copy her now?
Jace, put it back now.
It's like, nah, man.
Jace.
I'm gonna watch TV with my lippy on at night time. I'm not bothered.
So what Isla's doing right now?
There's a rat in garden side. There's a rat in garden side. And there's a rat. Looks like a rat in garden side.
What are you talking about, you absolute nutter? Hello?
Fairy Mary from Tinkerbell.
A what?
But I look like Fairy Mary from Tinkerbell.
Isla, you're crazy.
There's a rat in garden side. Oh my gosh.
Chris has just taken Jay to bed. I'm about to go and tuck Isla up. What?
So, I was playing Roblox today.
Yeah.
And a girl asked me so you could have a shout out. Can she?
Yeah, if you want to.
I think her
Don't say
name...
second names.
No, it's her Roblox name. I'm saying her Roblox name. I think I'm going to go to get the name up. 2 minutes. I've got my... Okay, so they are Alana and Minnie Choc Chip.
Alana and Minnie Choc Chip.
Yeah. Thank you for playing Roblox with me today.
Good girl. And we are going to say goodnight. I filmed quite a few clips on my phone today, so if the quality of the clips on my phone or the volume or the sound, should I say, has not been great on some of my clips, that's why I didn't take my camera to the office. And obviously what I filmed in here tonight is also on my phone because I don't even know where the camera is. We are going to be taking a day off tomorrow. I always feel so guilty saying that, but we've just got so much on tomorrow and we're just not going to get the chance to film a daily vlog basically. We've got stuff going on at the house, I've got to take my nana to the shops, and on days like that it's just really lots of pressure to do all those things that we can't film and then try and squeeze in like something to film. And so we're just going to take the day off tomorrow to catch up on things like that. But we will be back the next day. What day is it today, Isla?
It is...
Wednesday. So this is going up Thursday. So there'll be no vlog Friday. So we'll be back Saturday. We'll be back Saturday at 5 PM. Thank you guys so much for watching and we'll see you then. Good night. Mwah.